certainly hope so anyway. They're going to be running with some pretty interesting heroes, I would say, Avery, here. We've got a carry DK, mid Zeus, a lot of options.
Carry DK, I think, is pretty standard for them at this point.
Yeah.
The Zeus, I don't know where this came from. I feel like we were joking last game about what is the ultimate high ground defense team, and I named the Zeus, and then they picked the Zeus. I hope that was not a reason here, like, hey guys, I can't go high ground if I'm Zeus. This hero,
see a great reason for it when it was picked in the draft.
It's a Shadow Fiend counter.
Okay.
It's one of those heroes that outranges him, puts him in a weird position. You have to buy BKB, then when your BKB's out, you just get chunked, and you have to gap close the Zeus, which can be awkward. So it is one of those heroes that can create a weird situation for the SF.
The battle begins.
But it's a pretty bad Zeus patch. Do you know what the current Zeus win rate is at Bali, Cap?
I'm going to say 0%.
Now, you would be correct. It is 0%. Nobody has managed to win with this hero.
How many times was it picked?
3 times.
Oof, okay.
Though, I mean, one of those was Shopify, so...
Is that like the opposite of a Gaimin Gladiator win? Shopify loss? It doesn't really count towards the records?
I'm just saying, you know, skewed statistics. Shout out. Get a little flame action going at the start.
Yeah, I got to keep things interesting.
Exactly.
Gets himself away from Boxy with the flame break.
We'll see if Tundra can make this lineup work. It is an awkward lineup because they had this Bat Rider Mirana and then 2 damage-dealing cores between the Zeus and Timber. So it kind of puts Skeeter in this position where I was thinking the same thing, like, damn, we need a stun, guys. We need a hero who can go in and actually lock somebody down. And there weren't many carry choices left. I think the only ones that came to mind that Skeeter plays are the Wraith King, Chaos Knight, and the Dragon Knight. And I think they probably felt the Wraith King didn't look too appetizing here. The Chaos Knight, I think, was an interesting option. Still hard when they had like a counter offlane pick, right? Because they can get a Tide or Underlord or something. So I think they felt DK was just the most robust of all of those choices in terms of not getting counter picked too hard. Still going to have a kind of rough lane versus the Enigma, who should be able to freely deny against him. Well, of course, we'll see how much the Zeus can do. They'd get the Storm counter pick, put the SF in the safe lane versus the Timber. That's the strength of the second pick versus the first pick Timber with the Shadow Fiend, as Liquid could guarantee get this lane matchup in one that should be very nice for Mickey, especially with a Clockwork support.
Nisha taking a lot of damage to 9 here. Does return some fire, though, and has his bottle with water runes coming up, so shouldn't really be a big issue.
Overall, I think Liquid is happy with their scale in this game. I think they're happy with their matchups, especially the core matchups. The Storm versus the Zeus, the SF versus the Timber, the Enigma with Midnight Pulse and Black Hole for the Dragon Knight, and the Timber Saw later. I think for them, it's just about getting through the early game, not losing towers to some Timber Saw or DK early push, and giving up too many kills to the Bat, Mirana, potential Roam, and just kind of playing it slow and steady. And if nothing chaotic happens, I think they're in a pretty happy place. I think the onus is on Tundra here to get some chaos going, some skirmishes happening. I don't know if that's been their strong suit either, so it kind of puts them in an interesting position. How fast and aggressive can Tundra play this game? Can they use the Zeus ult, for example, early Thunder's God Wrath? The spell has been buffed. The level 1 is a lot better than it used to be. Can you use that to help you get kills on the side lanes? That would really accelerate this game. Probably what Tundra are aiming for here.
Yeah, Tundra has been good at playing some, like, more disciplined, methodical, you know, ratting, but not, like, going in and creating really chaotic team fights like you're suggesting.
If this lineup were in the hands of, you know, a Beast Coast, for example,
sure,
I think I'd have more faith. Okay, maybe this Timber Zeus just get out of control or something. In the hands of Tundra, I don't know if it's their style. Let's see if they pull it off. Then there's always a question mark. You get into some of these weird lineups, maybe Liquid don't expect it.
A very important kill. 9, maybe hopping the wrong direction here. Nisha's going to try and put him down. The Fairy Fire keeps him alive for now, but if Nisha could just get those final hits in, fortunately the bottle will keep him alive. You know, skirt away through the trees to avoid any further harassment.
Stick charge Fairy Fire paying off here for 9 as he keeps himself alive. Not thriving, but surviving here in the mid lane. As Nisha takes full advantage of the Storm matchup. And just winning in the CS. However, Mickey is the one who is really playing ahead. Just laying in the Raze's top.
Yeah, this is a hard going matchup, right? SF versus melee offlaner.
Definitely not easy. That said, I think 33 is doing great in this lane, given how hard of a matchup it is and the fact that I think the clock can even just run in and burn some extra regen early.
Look at these guys. Just playing the margins here so heavily. 9, Nisha, support rotations on both sides. Boxy secures it with the flare.
The old 80 damage flare. 9 did not expect it off the level 3 clock. Traditional build 210. He had stick charges. He did not pop them. Foxy, cheeky little first blood. Very nice gold injection for him on a hero that really uses it well because it just gets you to boost and boots, and then you're off to the races on the map. Nisha got his TP to base canceled, however.
Oh, how did that happen?
He just TP'd on the lane. 9 came back. We bolted him. Nisha did not expect it. He's going to have to walk the fountain and walk back here.
Oh, man.
That is rough.
Yeah, that actually just brings the lane back entirely for 9.
Yeah, now 9 gets to play versus neutral creeps. He's like, thank God. I can see us freely with this trash can of a hero. Not going to get harassed anymore.
Without being attack speed slowed constantly by the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, it's like that gank never happened.
Pulling the hard camp here. They're making really good use of this hard camp. It's part of the reason that 33 has had such a successful time getting CS.
Tundra really played this top lane well.
Most so much that he's actually going to try and challenge Mickey a little bit.
It's aggressive. He's still tanky, though. And there's not a huge amount of threat that can come out as long as he has Timber Chain up.
Skeeter take a lot of damage here.
Yep.
Dragonite with 2 levels of Dragon's Blood. Looks like he will survive, but not very healthy for it. Meanwhile, back over the top lane, the Cogs, maybe not quite what they wanted, locking Mickey in with the Timber Saw. That feels bad.
That's a level 2 Starfall, by the way. The fact AUI went for the 201 here, he reaps all the benefit. Yeah, that Cog was not doing you much favors. Kind of downside of the level 1 Rocket Flare, you don't have the level 2 battery to take these fights. Makes you a little bit weaker, and damn, has 33 gotten a fast start here. Vanguard already up. They just straight up won this Timbersaw lane versus the SF.
Meanwhile, 9 is actually level 6 ahead of Nisha here. Might be able to get a kill on him. As a result, he does have some wand charges that might keep him healthy enough.
The thing is, Tundra are happy to chase him here because they're just going to force him off the lane. He's going to have to get this Bounty Rune regen up. Awkward map position for him, though. Yeah, he's going to kill Little Centaur to get 6. That'll help him out. That was another big opportunity for Tundra if they can convert on that kill. I mean, that was, 9 dies, and he still had level 6 ahead of Nisha because he had to walk the base and back. That's how much he lost off that single TP cancel.
Well, since they're here, they might as well gank Skeeter.
Pretty tanky.
Yeah, they'll get him eventually, though. And Nisha desperately needs the last hit. Liquid clear off and give it to him.
That is the rest of his mana. So again, he will have to find some resource management here. No Pugna in the game. No Coddle in the game. This is just a naked Storm Spirit. Wisdom Runes come out. They get traded. Tundra probably happy about that one as they want levels on their supports to amp up this kill threat. Gonna have to be playing through the Timbersaw and the Zeus this game. 9 is going that phylactery build, so he'll be tankier, have a lot more single target burst damage, kind of become the de facto. And I think Liquid they're feeling the pressure of this Timbersaw up here. He's about to hit 6. This is another potential kill on Mickey if they bring numbers or get a good Flame Break bounce back.
Especially before he has level 6 on the SF and has that Requiem to defend himself.
Matchup is not feeling as one-sided as it is on paper right now. Tundra has played those early waves damn well.
That's why the rotation is going to come out from Liquid.
You're
going to pull their Storm Spirit up to this top lane. Think better of it, though. Storm goes back with the 8-minute power rune.
Does not want to give this up. Like, generally, you should have rune control as a Storm versus the Zeus here. He will not get it, however. It is a haste for 9. That's a damn good one.
Spot staking. Going to try and go for this kill. Only level 6, though. Nisha is probably going to lack in damage.
Gotta be careful versus this Zeus haste rune here. And not use all your mana, you're just gonna get chased down, and Zany will pay the price as they bring the Timbersaw in to contest that. Tundra do not want to give any momentum to Nisha in this early game.
Yeah, there's something about, I think all of these Western European teams show this trait of bringing big numbers to any potential fights that they see. Maybe it's just these early fights are worth so much that you need to be able to win them because the golden experience has been buffed up a lot.
It's just the mid lane advantage.
Yeah.
None of these teams want to give up that tri-lane mid shenanigan that just rolls games over and puts you in a rough position.
So how do you beat a tri-lane? By quad laning?
Exactly. Just bring more. That seems to be the answer. I'm surprised nobody's tried it versus Gaimin. Just tri-laning from the start. What are they going to do? Fox is going to watch Skeeter farm here.
Yeah, it's a nice view he's got.
Radiant's bottom
Watching the
tower
hand
is
of
under
Midas
attack.
slowly be built up. He's going to go for it now with level 3 battery assault. Not going to catch up to him in time. They do have the silencer cutting across, but a lot of supports. 9 is here, and this is a dangerous spot now. Skeeter is going to be more than healthy enough to tank through this one. 33 even joining in the mix here again. Tundra bringing all their heroes to a potential fight, and they'll be rewarded with 3 hero kills.
That's way better than they expected. They were a bit tentative there, and then I think once Skeeter says, yo guys, why are we afraid? This is some 950 HP Enigma with no earn charges. They just go in. They just clean them all up. 33 getting really active in this game, straight back through the gate to top, so he does not lose much time. The benefit of the offlaners being involved in these fights this patch, you can just choose either side of the map to be on.
Yeah.
And a much stronger early game for Tundra this time around, and with a draft that needed this early game to be better. And not start falling behind with the Zeus lineup. That'll be phylactery done
Radiant's middle tower
as
is
33
under
continues to
attack.
power up, and he has some stacks waiting for him too. So this triangle has been stacked by Tundra. A lot of levels sitting there. They can eventually go and claim it.
Winning lanes and having stacks ready to go, that it's going to feel pretty damn good. Liquid has nothing there.
Just gonna have to rely on it the old-fashioned way with Mickey clearing through camps with Mask of Madness, and the Enigma picking up the slack with the Eidolon push bottom.
Dire's middle
Oh, this type of
tower
game
is
pace
under
feels
attack.
solid for Tundra.
Radiant
Just because the Storm has not found anything, and they're clearing through the stacks right now. Nine's got a lot of his own. Damn, this is efficient right here with the Max Arc Lightning. 15 jump bounces. Feel like you got all
is under
15.
attack.
So he's going to get massive. You can see him jumping up the net worth here, way ahead of the Storm Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower
Timber and
is
Zeus
falling.
just took pole position here as those stacks boosted him up a decent amount of gold. They do lose their tier 1 bottom as Skeeter eventually has to vacate versus the Black Hole threat for the TP.
Yeah, maybe the only reason they're 1,000 net worth behind on Team Liquid. Snake King's going to get picked off.
Nice little mine.
Second successful rotation from Nisha.
Finding these kills, it still costs them a lot of time to do this. So you don't necessarily pull ahead in net worth. These moves can be good for your supports if it gives them the space and levels. That's how you make the most out of it. For Nisha, his individual game is going to have to come from some good core pickoffs later. It's not going to be one of those fast Orchid Storm games where he just goes ballistic.
Sure.
Which probably means a slower pace for Liquid here, something their lineup is okay doing. They can push it late with the Enigma and the Shadow Fiend scale.
Slower pace is also fine, I think, with some of the heroes on Tundra. Skeeter had his hand of Midas pretty early.
Yeah, if they have the stacks, I think they're okay with this. The stacks have all been cleared.
Snake
That
King
means
going to
time
be
to
caught
fight.
once again, but the Moonlight Shadow will bail him out.
It's going to be one of the interactions that Liquid have to think about. This Moonlight Shadow, getting heroes on the back line, particularly if Tundra can start fights on the Silencer, on the Enigma, or the Shadow Fiend. You just take so much damage out. These are glass cannon heroes. So you have Zeus ult to follow up a Bat Rider initiation, a DK blink stun. There's not much to save you.
Hookshot lands on a Snake King, but vacates the area. Doesn't try and go for the kill. Approaching that Radiant high ground area is a little bit dangerous. And probably for the best, as 9 was in the neighborhood.
There's going to be a lot of spell damage to deal with. This is a guaranteed fail game. They're going to jump.
Going big for 9 here, trying to use that shield rune effectively. 9's pretty tanky, but Nisha's making good use of his mana. He's out of it now, though, and the lasso is going to be able to pull him back. They immediately use a black hole to try and stall up Skeeter as much as possible, but Nisha cannot follow this damage up very well. One last hit, that'll be enough. Skeeter does end up falling, but 9 picks up 1 off of the ult on Insania and comes back in with more damage. That lightning bolt barely off the mark there. Zai turning back around with all these vessel charges. Both the supports are going to be pushed away, but they both do survive on the side of Tundra.
That's just a read of Liquid that 33 can't get here. He has no TP on cooldown.
Yeah, what happened there?
It maybe got canceled earlier or he misused it. Either way, Liquid take advantage of it, get a tier 1 and a Dragon Knight out of that. They do not get the Zeus. That phylactery makes him too damn tanky here.
Yeah, that follow-up hook shot later on by Boxy, just a bit off the mark. Could have been still a kill opportunity.
Black hole down, and you did use a bunch of the Storm's mana again. Global silence down as well. Big find on the Dragon Knight. However, saving the Zeus is really nice for Tundra here, as you want 9 to keep snowballing and not be sitting in the fountain dead.
Great grab
Particularly to
by
find the levels.
Snake King there.
Not the worst case scenario for Tundra. They did get a tier 1 top off the Timbersaw as well, and that'll be Lotus completed for 33. Pretty fast Lotus in this game to deal with the silencer debuffs. You can remove the Malefice, can help the Storm single target initiations on your other cores. Particularly might help 9 in this game a lot.
I feel like Lotuses are pretty valuable on both sides, actually. Wonder if Zai's ever going to get one.
Pretty bad item on Enigma.
That is true, yeah.
I think Pipe is definitely the correct choice here. Then you have two paths. It's like continuing down the Aura train with maybe Greaves or just a casual Blink, or you go for this BKB Blink Black Hole that, in theory, there is no answer to. I feel like that's probably the direction. Which feels bad because you're overlapping this Pipe build with a BKB build, but I feel like you're getting the best of both worlds in some ways. It's such a damn good Black Hole game.
Moonlight Shadow pushing out Tundra. Heavily invading the Liquid safe lane area, but nobody is here.
They want to fight right now. This is your DK Blink. You have the Veil done on AUI, his favorite item of all time, and this is a damn good Veil game. Spell Amp helping everybody here. Timber, Zeus, and the Bat Rider. Yeah, they're going to instantly smoke Skeeter's Blink. He is the initiation in this game. Zai is just casually showing mid. That is not where you can be.
Boxy tries to jump in, misses the hook shot off the Eidolon. Zai gonna be into big time trouble. Maybe he can kill the Mirana first before he dies. No, that Thunder God's Wrath brings him down, but a trade-off 1-for-1. Timber chain through is gonna catch Boxy as well, and Nisha cannot stop
that Requiem.
a lot of heroes. The Requiem is pretty good, and now the Razes start bringing down the Dragon Knight. Skeeter's gonna fall. 33 is low, but they do manage to burst down Nisha. Now with the lasso on the SF on top of that Chakram, cut him down. Ultra kill for 9, almost picking up the Rampage, frankly, as Insania barely manages to TP out in time.
That Storm died in literally 2 seconds. That is how much this Phylactery Zeus is bursting you for, as 9 deals almost 4,000 damage. Not as much as that Requiem, which was perfectly placed from behind that tree. I mean, that's about as good a turnaround as you're going to get here from Liquid. It's just the positioning from 9 and the way Tundra set this fight up is way too good.
Yeah.
Zeus gets his entire mana pool off in damage, even dropping items for the efficiency. That's just an ideal Zeus fight. Now he has a Yasha.
That's true. He's going to be building into the Manta Shard build.
What are you going to do now? The Zeus has a Yasha cap.
Oh no, Zai's going to die again. Oh, he's got Black Hole. Maybe he turns this around, actually, with the Eidolons out. Oh, got it. There goes the Black Hole. They're going to lay into the board. Zai is burning. He tries to leave the flames, but he falls to AUI anyway.
I feel like Tundra are okay with that. They get the Enigma for 2 supports and a Black Hole.
Sure.
And all their cores are farming. I mean, your Yasha Zeus just cleared through a huge ancient camp. Again, the stacking has been insane here for Tundra.
Yeah. It's, I guess the advantage of Bat Rider and Mirana, both of them mobile enough. Yeah.
How's it even possible? He must have had every double stack on the triangle in the early game.
Yeah.
That is a 17 overall is crazy for 17 minutes here. And it has helped Tundra push towards these mid-game items. I mean, what is 9 going to do? Is this actually just straight Manta?
Yeah, Manta Shard build.
Zeus?
Yeah, so he's going to be running those illusions out. I mean, it is a build that can feel pretty good once you get to a certain number of items. And it farms very quickly once you have the Manta.
I guess it gives them the lane shot that their line is missing. They're
Dragon Tail into Arrow, but they went onto a Clockwork, and all the damage dealers are right behind him, so this is bad for Skeeter. They may need a secondary carry in 9 because at this rate, Skeeter dying in every single one of these engagements. Lasso doesn't last long enough. Nisha, dodge gets Wrath. Dodges from the jump from Nisha, and he has just enough power to be able to kill the bottom, but 9 is still out here, still a menace to Team Liquid. They're going to try and chase him down.
Remember, no Black Hole in this fight because it was used top earlier, so 33, he feels very confident, maybe too confident.
Requiem right on top of him. 1 raise, 2 raise, and a 3rd is going to bring him low, but 33 is still alive, but he falls eventually, just kited out for too long.
And these Requiems from mid-game, they have surprised Tundra both times, and it has paid off and salvaged these team fights. Honestly, I feel like Liquid are falling behind to the Zeus damage here, even though Nisha outplays that Thunder's God Wrath, finds the extra bottom pickup. It's still so much gold going into 9's bank. Like you said, he gets that shard online, Manta already done. He is so big. even has Kuropo, some extra spell amp if he can get some right clicks off. This Zeus is going to be a big, bad god that Liquid are going to have to deal with. And their gap close is limited to the Zeus. Did it even get dodged there? I don't even know. It looked like he took no damage. Maybe he just popped some healing.
Maybe he healed at the same time or something, popped his wand.
Didn't even look like he dodged it.
I mean, this is a hero that I don't really think of Mickey on, right? Like, but he is showing a lot of proficiency with it, and I guess some of that is probably just going back to his days as being both a mid laner and a carry, and going back to Heroes of Newerth as well.
Don't think of Mickey as a shadow. You were at that TI. He was playing at mid that whole TI.
I mean, he only has 27 games in total. That was the tournament where he really brought it out.
I mean, he seems very comfortable on it now.
Yeah.
Silver Edge completed. Going to be able to break the Dragon Knight, another gap close mechanism. I think at some point you want to end up with a late game build with a Swift Blink in here, or Arcane Blink, depending on what you want to do, so you can gap close the Zeus. For now, Mickey is having a feeding frenzy in these fights, as is Nine, the two ultimate ranged carries in this game, sacrificing the rest of their team to get what they want.
Yeah, you said the SF is kind of countered by the Zeus. I do question how much he's countered by the Manta Shard Zeus, which is almost online. And once you have that, then your network starts exploding.
Honestly, this build, I feel like this build is better just because, I mean, nobody really knows what it does. Like, it's pretty unexplored still. It's good if you get really farmed, maybe you get some extra damage in the fights. I just feel like the straight, I mean, what is the alternative on Zeus? Like Octarine Ags or something? And I feel like it's very lackluster because of the way the percentage has been changed around on this hero, getting rid of the old shard. It just doesn't feel like it does enough damage. So if Nine can make something a little funky work, something that Liquid might not expect, and changes how this hero interacts in the fights, it also makes it awkward in that sense.
Oh, does that also mean that so the lightning hands, they are shooting out arc lightnings? Does that mean he's doing percentage-based damage off of his hits too?
If you have the talent, yes.
Interesting.
Because it just creates an arc lightning spell, but it does do reduced damage.
Yeah. Gonna be able to catch Nine here off the global silence, making it harder. They get a force staff, but pull him back in. The shield root is doing a lot. Well, and they burst down the Nisha Storm, and Boxy is gonna be victim of this as well. So what a turn, keeping the beyond godlike shriek alive for Nine. Now Zai is gonna be in some trouble, though turn around, Mickey is here. Dragon Tail instantly put onto him. He does have the Aegis. They gotta be careful fighing this SF.
Requiem not as good as the other two here, and that's gonna open up something for 33 to go, and you still have to respect Black Hole. The one spell you're worried about on Tundra's side, they got everything else they wanted though.
Silver Edge, gotta watch out for that. Break immediately put onto the DK.
Frontliners are tanky. Oh, what an arrow!
Nice.
AUI.
They can take that Aegis away for free and get out still.
That's a huge pickup. That cost you almost nothing here. You're going to TP everybody out with the Storm coming back up. Super heads up play by Tundra to recognize that respawn timer. Your Roshan advantage gone for Liquid. And you're still trying to get this BKB on Nisha. He has gotten abused on his way to that item. The Zeus burst. Not respecting it. And not respecting how tanky this hero is too.
With the Manta build-up.
This Manta is nice. It helps you on the Storm jumps. It helps you on the Clockwork jumps. You can help get out of the cogs with it because it absorbs some of the battery.
Yeah, get rid of that global. Man, that just barely got him on the backside.
AUI still got some moves.
He does.
And they're not creep-cutting moves. They're arrow landing. Honest moves.
Yeah, you said Tundra needed to create some chaos, and they certainly have done that in these fights.
They've been very weird for Liquid. The initiations have been there, but not everybody's along with them at the same time. You just finished this pipe on Zai. You didn't really get a 5-man out of it. BKB done for Nisha. This is the big item for Liquid, because now the Storm can initiate. He's free in the fights. There's nothing that goes through this BKB right now. That is the downside of the carry Zeus here. You know, his physical damage is non-existent. And the DKs is very low right now as well. So Tundra are going to have huge issues in this game committing for Roshans at later points and dealing with the BKB timings from Liquid. If Nisha can just jam this in and find a big core kill, that's an easy teamfight win. They're going to see Skeeter. They're going to jump Skeeter. Probably going to kill Skeeter.
Yeah, Skeeter's having a rough one, man. Thank goodness he had that Animitis, so he'll still be able to get some net worth out of this game, but it's been rough. Boxy with the Glimmer Cape will get away off of a TP.
Dire's courier has been
Oh, lasso to catch him.
As DK is 0-5. The lane was rough. He got sacked. He's just had to go early blink, so they have a stun to start some of these fights. Got a feel for him. His net worth is still okay. It's just been a slog to get there. And I guess we're going to find out just how hard
Dire's top
Lightning
tower
Hand
is under
Zeus can
attack.
carry a game.
I already see him split pushing up that top lane. It's going to be very annoying for Liquid. The way these solutions quickly shove out lanes.
I feel like when you're playing Tundra,
Radiant's middle
annoying
tower
is
is
an
under
assumption
attack.
at this point.
That's definitely true.
Start hitting some buildings. Lincoln's done for Mickey, so that single stun in the Dragon Knight and the single stun in the lasso that Tundra really rely on to lock down heroes. Not as effective anymore. At this point, I think you just want as many jumps as you can get on Liquid side. You want this blink on Enigma. And I guess a Hurricane Pike for Mickey will be his like pseudo gap close choice here. Extra attack range, extra HP. Maybe just a overall stronger item for the game than the Blink Brush for the Shadow Fiend. And his Blink is done for Zai.
Yeah, good way.
Just about jumping these Tundra heroes, particularly the Zeus. If you find the Zeus and you take the Timber out of the fight, that is all their damage gone. This DK is not a threat right now.
Yeah. It feels like it's like one of those dual purpose, right? Because there's two different melee cores that want to get on top of the SF. You can keep them at bay while simultaneously giving the extra mobility and range to hit the Zeus.
Definitely going to scale nicely here. Also gives them a bit more attack range to siege these buildings, which is Mickey's job as well. As he will hit another tier 2. Tundra cannot get trades out during this period because there's nothing to hit the tower except Skeeter, and I don't think he can show.
Yeah, the way he's been picked off so many times. He had a BKB or something, maybe.
Yeah, if. That's a big if. He's really poor in this game.
Yeah, going for he went the Manta build, right?
Still doesn't have it. It's just so delayed.
It's rough.
He also isn't getting insane farm priority, right? It's kind of like a 3-position DK. You have Timber and Zeus taking up huge amounts of CS.
I mean, do you agree with that, though? Because you have talked about the DK carry and the late game potential of this hero a lot. I feel like he is the harder carry between his 3 cores.
I think you do want him at the top eventually here. Like, he's the only one who's actually going to win you the game. The Zeus and Timber can stall it out, they can kill heroes in the fights, but the DK has to be the one who's going to eventually take the throne. You need him to be at at least a solid enough position he can survive the fights and you can convert on some objectives. Light Shadow looking, finds nothing. This game has slowed down a bit. Both teams looking for their big core items. Trying to continue to scale in this game.
There's the Hurricane Pike complete for the ASAP. Niche, 9 is completing his as well.
Liquid TV now bottom. They're looking for the fight down here. I think they're going to get found first. Oh, that Malefice.
The Malefice before the lasso can come out. And now Snake,
he got 2.
He's going to die. And the Black Hole managed to grab a couple there with the Global Sounds covering it. Nothing to be able to stop this. The Black Hole doesn't ensure 33's death. Nisha's going to show up. They quickly deal with Skeeter. The Requiem goes down, pushing away all those illusions. Meanwhile, Snake King is still being chased by Nisha. Actually doesn't give a damn about Snake King, apparently. He just wants to slow down 33, who missed the Timber Chain and will die as a result of it. Oh, that's going to feel awful. Snake King did manage to slip away from Nisha. But otherwise, 3 for nothing with all those big teamfight spells being put to use by Team Liquid.
Truly a game of inches. If Snake King gets that lasso off, that's a completely different fight.
Yeah.
The fact Zai drops the pulse on the camp, sees him and gets a Malefice. I guess he saw him off that dire ward, so Vision playing a big factor here.
Yeah, Vision for both sides was up.
Yeah, that was a really nice Radiant Obs to try and set that up for Tundra. And just perfect spell placement from Liquid. The Silence Global to cover the Black Hole here. No Bolt can come through. Once again, Skeeter cannot find his impact in these fights as
Skeeter desperately needs a BKB. Like every single time they see him, they target him.
he just needs Ags as well.
Yeah.
Help the tank ability go up.
That's true.
And the BKB timing from the Storm, there's just no answer. You're just going to have to survive his mana unless you can jump Nisha first in this game. Which means you need Moonlight Shadow, you need Thunder's God Wrath to give you the vision for the DK and the bad initiation. No blink on this Bat Rider yet either. It's a defensive build in the Pavis plus the Force Staff. it limits Tundra's initiation power, puts even more onto the Dragon Knight here, which just seems impossible. And yeah, Insania pushing towards a refresher first after that Force Staff. Double global. It's going to be effective this game. All these Tundra heroes need to cast spells. Again, not having a big right clicker here means Silencer has way more impact than he should.
Radiant's
What's better than one
tower
global?
is under attack. Radiant are
Apparently two.
scanning.
Heart for 33. He likes his hearts.
Yeah, he just needs to find a way to draw more attention to himself, because it feels like Nine and Skeeter are the ones being chased down, chased away in a lot of these fights first.
This item is a double-edged sword in this game, though. First, the Midnight Pulse.
That is true, yeah.
It's nice, though I wonder if it's actually the most effective HP versus the Enigma versus the Shadow Fiend, who's going to like chunk you down before the armor stacks come up, versus something like a Shiva's, for example, or some Octarine build. It's a very interesting pickup this game. If he survives the Black Hole and the Midnight Pulse, it's going to look great, because then he can regen it up and go back in the fight second round. I think that's the idea here from Tundra. They're just going to have to outlast Liquid's damage and outlast their cooldowns.
Tundra just aggressively pushing in all the lanes. They know they're giving up Roshan right now.
Nice Roshan for Liquid to claim, as that is Aegis for Mickey, which means now you can threaten the base if you get any sort of little advantage or fight going your way. And Cheese for Nisha, double the mana pool with this BKB that's untouchable. Terrifying. You're about to have double global as well. Insania has found a decent amount of farm in this game.
Yeah, he has.
That is something else that can cover the storm, even if somehow he gets caught before BKB. You can just double global, bail him out, pop the BKB, turn the fight. Scale coming online for Liquid, and it's very scary. Satanic for the demon here.
Yeah, they have a really hard time. Like, a lot of their damage against this SF is kind of poke. I really don't think they're going to be able to full in commit 100-0, which means that Satanic is going to be all the more effective.
Satanic is just great for Zeus in general. It always has been, always will be. It is hard for Zeus to fight through double HP pools. So you just run out of mana, straight up. I guess the Zeus build is like a hybrid right-click build, and he does have Hurricane Pike. He has an Enchanted Quiver.
He's going Kaya Sanj next, right?
Yes. So the Zeus will be able to, I guess, deal some...
I'm surprised it's not Kaya Yasha
damage.
Because the attack speed is pretty important when you go this way.
Well, he has a Yasha in the Manta.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot.
So you gotta respect the Trident build up here.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll have level 20 as well, which means you get that huge Arc Lightning talent.
Yes.
It's a big one.
That adds a lot, because it doubles out the percent base damage that he's doing for both him and his illusions. Because right now his illusions are doing 1% per hit. Will jump up to 2.5%. On top of, like, obviously the damage they do as illusions, plus the nerfed Arc Lightning damage.
This is Zeus, right? This talent. Like, this is what makes this hero viable still.
Yes.
12% burn on every Arc Lightning, every 1.6 seconds, and the ones that you're proccing off your right clicks. That adds up fast, particularly on a hero like Shadow Fiend, who's sitting at 3,500 HP. What is that? An extra almost 400 damage for Arc Lightning?
Top tower has fallen.
Pretty nasty, especially if you can reduce the cooldowns even further going into the late game here. Zeus heating up, hitting his timing here. Is it going to be enough to repel Liquid or deal with the scale? Because BKB is eventually going to come out on Enigma. That refresher's done for Insania.
Top tower has fallen.
You're going to have more scale coming out on the Storm Spirit as well. This is such a scary lineup to fight late game. And once more, the high ground defense of Tundra is put to the test.
Yeah, you gotta respect that damage. Hook shot. They tried to go for the Zeus. Zai, he went for it with the Black Hole, and they locked them both down. What a beautiful jump from both Boxy and Zai. That's gonna force a lot out of Tundra now. The Requiem to be able to push them back, to make sure that Liquid is gonna be able to get back behind this tier 3 tower again. Zai not gonna be caught by Skeeter.
I think they're lucky to have Black Dragon up at this time.
Yes.
It's going to help you defend this base, because your Zeus is out for 60. No buy. He got nothing off. That is just a perfect read from Liquid. Did not give Tundra a chance to set up. Force the action instantly. Regen for Nisha. As he's keeping it going here. You did use both globals, Black Hole and Requiem, so all the ults are on cooldown for Liquid. Just going to let the Aegis do the work here.
I have to imagine no Black Dragon means you're definitely giving up this lane of barracks. They're going to make it difficult for Liquid, but
you cannot fight without the Zeus. You have nowhere near enough damage.
Nice aggressive force staff here. Lasso, but boy, that Bat Rider dies fast. Nisha jumping on to 33 now, who has to jump away with the Timber Chain. They buy back on the Bat Rider, but Mickey will complete that full lane of barracks, sticking around for a second.
Feeling very confident.
Yeah, I guess with his minute Aegis, he wants to put it to use.
Maybe they just feel like even if the Zeus is up, they can take the fight, but this is Black Dragon plus the Zeus respawn. Arrow will miss a little bit here. Puncher do not want to let them get out. I don't know if they have a choice. And they will respect 9 respawning here. Damn, they got a lot off that though. Snaking by, full lane of racks. Zeus killing the base as his Aegis expires. Shadow Fiend is almost level 25. See what Mickey decides to take as he's working towards that Swift Blink, and I think that's a game ender right there, because you're just going to be able to blink in with Satanic, Hurricane Pike on this SF, and go to town.
Yeah, and especially when you already have such great jump from Boxy and Zai, and now you're going to have Nisha jumping in with a Scythe of Ice. They spot the Zeus, they jump the Zeus, they control him, and he's just going to fall. There's no way they can really save him. There's only so many force staffs that can protect you.
It's just overwhelming damage in 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to react. Hex on Nisha as well, so the guaranteed lockdown between him and the clock is there for sure. If you show for a second on 9, you get jumped, that teamfight might just be over. You have 4 staffs to bail him out. They have to be instant from Tundra. They have to be ready and in correct position with the supports. Another Tormentor gets stolen here. Time it'll be Zai's shard. Extra Eidolons. Those ults coming back up for Liquid. Tundra not able to push out and find a team fight during those cooldowns. Means Black Hole's back up. Both global silences back up here.
They have just found a double damage in the river. Oh, Nisha actually takes it for his bottle. So apparently no rush, and maybe they're just going to wait out for this next Roshan.
And I wonder if Tundra enjoy playing this type of style. It's been so defensive from them the entire tournament. Sometimes it works, but a lot of times it just feels like, wouldn't you rather have some aggressive play options?
Sure. They did kind of try in the first 15 minutes of this game, but yeah, they couldn't really make it work well enough. They had to default to what has been most successful for them at this event.
Back to the high ground defense. Hold for the late game.
Liquid do seem to be getting more and more comfortable with this, though. Compared to Game 1, it feels like they're executing a lot better.
And it's more straightforward. They just need to find the jump on 9, and I think the team fight is secured. Maybe you're a bit worried about buybacks. That is one thing to consider. Like, you jump this Zeus, he buybacks and wipes you. That's a lot of gold to throw their way. And maybe a reason to keep farming and scaling here. Make sure you're very confident taking that base fight. Wait for the next Aegis. That definitely helps as well. Nisha pushing towards an Ags. So if you get an AoE Vortex in this game, that also helps. As you're just going to pull people into the hook shot, into the cogs, into the black hole, into the Requiem.
Yeah, they've got a lot of AoE ick.
Cannot clump on Tundra in this game, especially once that item comes out. And once more, Tundra they're just in their base waiting for a throw to happen.
Okay, looking for anybody from Tundra that's going to show themselves. And they do actually push out, get the lasso onto Boxy. So, small little pick here for Tundra, something to work with, and maybe something that will allow them to get out on the map.
Got a global silence out of that as well. It is low cooldown with the talent. I don't think it costs Insania too much. Will be an opening here to at least push some lanes, get some more farm on the map, not fall too far behind. Their cores are still very farmed. It's just what happens if Liquid find the jump. In the 2 seconds that they can jump in Black Hole and Requiem, I don't feel like your heroes and your net worth are doing nearly as much as Liquid's are here. You need longer fights. You need it to get drawn out. You need the Zeus mana pool to go to work. That means living through the initiation, which so far has not been possible, though DKB finally finished for the Dragon Knight here.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but he got there in the end.
It has been a journey for Skeeter in this game, 0-6. He has found his footing at last. It will be a tanky Dragon Knight in the fight.
Let's see if Tundra are able. Do you think they should contest Roshan? I mean, they're so set on this high ground defense. It'd be a shame to try a Roshan fight, lose that, and kind of lose the game off of it.
It does feel like you can give it up, though.
Well, they're certainly not going to be doing it now without snaking in the mix.
I think your best chance to win this game is if you can contest Roshan. So if you have an idea of how to do that successfully and you can win that fight, it is your best chance to win. That said, contesting the Roshan is definitely way more difficult than holding high ground in terms of figuring out how to accomplish that.
Mickey's going to run through the ward sentry, but they spot 9. Once again, the wards are in the same spots for Liquid and for Tundra, but Liquid are able to take advantage of the ward easier.
Dire's middle tower.
Here's a no man's land.
Yeah, he was.
That's not your base, son.
Probably just wanted to farm some neutrals, spread his illusions out. But Liquid give Tundra very little respite.
Also, Liquid stacking some martyr plates here.
Yeah, I saw that.
We've seen some more of this item. Just the 25% magic resist alone is pretty damn decent in this game where Tundra are all magic damage. Just a lot of extra HP, particularly on the clock when he goes in with that, plus the Glimmer.
Yeah, I wonder what the interaction is with them being activated, like 2 different ones at the same time. Oh, arrow! That catches Zai. Not able to jump after him, though, because all their damage is on the Zeus.
And their jump on the bat is also dead. You have to wait out these cooldowns. Liquid are not going to wait.
Nope, they're going to go straight for 33. See what kind of damage they can do to him. While Mickey focuses on the buildings here. 15 seconds left on the Zeus.
Well, they found Zaking on the side.
Stop his initiation and get out.
Yeah, it's just a free lane of racks.
Good call from Liquid. Disengaging nicely. Now they can go back to that Roshan. Now it kind of feels like Tundra have to contest that Rosh. With 2 lanes of barracks down, this may be your final stand.
Yeah, I agree with this smoke. I don't think you can just play for high ground defense versus the Aegis and another Ags it's going to be on this Roshan as Nisha completed his, so Liquid are going to be able to throw this on somebody else here. Could be the Enigma. Could be the Shadow Fiend. And Tundra, you're going to have to fight through the vision here.
Yeah, Liquid are not going to get caught inside the pit. Boxy positioned himself. They jump him for Skeeter. Immediately going to be Scythe of Ice, but he is the tanky target. Pops his Manta, pops his BKB. He's okay for now. Mickey actually jumping in pretty aggressively while Zai is being harried constantly by 33. They're trying to deal with that black hole threat before it becomes a line. Nisha does manage to get snaking while the black hole is going to be put to use on 33. Mickey gets on top of him, hits the Requiem with the BKB, and they just landed the Timber Saw. He is tanky as hell, but he'll fall eventually to this overwhelming damage. Meanwhile, 9 is he going to die to Nisha? The stun comes out just in time, and 9 stays alive. Also important that he stays up. He is so much of their damage.
They're actually doing this. They just got through all of Liquid's ults. The Storm has no buyback.
They're going to leave these heroes behind. No, they're actually going to jump in. Mickey went for the kill, and he doesn't quite get it onto 9. Now he's sitting here fighting for life with the Satanic, but he's got so much damage.
The buyback.
Scepter buying a little bit of time. 9 has so little resources. Snaking, another stun, another arrow. Lasso back in. 9, can you do the damage to finish off?
Kill a god.
To do it now.
He's Satanic.
They try and fight. No, Mickey's healing up now. 1 versus 4 practically. He needs to get away from this Chakram, though. He's running low on resources in Tundra. They stick
he
with
will
the
go down fighting.
Damage. It brings down Snake.
If he does.
Mickey's fighting for his life, and he will finally fall. But the damage is intense.
Instant buy.
Insanity will try and clear what he can. With Zai coming in through the side, he stops 9 CP away. He gets him with the Malefice. He's gonna fall. Hurricane Pike won't save you now, son. 33.
Does have buy if he wants to rejoin this.
He could.
The Shadow Fiend is returning, though.
He is, and he's big, and he's bad. He's laying damage into
AY.
3, 4, 5 shots. That's all it takes. They'll take plenty more to bring down 33, though. A buyback from 9 now being employed. Skeeter over here on the side.
That was his buyback, too. Cannot afford to die on the Dragon right now. As 5 buybacks committed for Tundra here. He's going to hide off the edge of the map. He's going to look for a Roche steal, potentially. Oh, this is a bold play.
I mean, you got to play for a win here. You got to play for a massive turnaround.
Really
Nothing
have
would be
to.
bigger than taking the Aegis away.
God Wrath scouts out the pit.
It's gonna be a little awkward. The time he's gonna be blind for this one. He's stuck, shows up, blinks away.
He wants none of that.
Hand up minus on an Eidolon. Skeeter, you absolute goon.
It sends a message. Might not be able to get the Roche, but I'll take your summons. Put it in my pocket.
God will claim your Eidolon. Get away.
He's gonna get something out of that pit. Man, what a team fight. That was honestly so well played by Tundra, because that is an impossible fight, right? Mickey just sits there. He's a literal god. And they still get 3 buybacks out of Liquid in an almost wipe. That is an impact move if I've ever seen one. The ultimate message.
You know Liquid had some respect for that play right there. But this all goes down, leaving Tundra with no buybacks. And Liquid, they can kind of choose what they want to do here. They got to brave the high ground with that extra life on Mickey.
Oh, they definitely are. There are no buybacks up for Tundra. They expended 5. You find anything here on the side of Liquid, and you have all your ults up to do it, you're really happy. Especially since the turnaround threat in this game doesn't exist. There's not the physical damage on Tundra to run it down the other way. Mickey has almost 4,000 HP after devouring that Ags.
33 even tankier now that he's got the Aghanim Scepter, but what if they just ignore him and go for the buildings? Hook shot going to be a little off the mark. They managed to get a decent lasso, pull back in, but the black hole is over it, and Mickey's fighting. He's got the Requiem out, the heal, but the Zeus, he's doing a decent amount at the same time, but Mickey just gets too much out of all this, and it's still the first life from him. They almost finish him off. He does manage to get the low ground before he dies. Nisha jumps in. He goes for 9, but 9 is able to hop himself away. A little heavenly jump to get out. Nisha and backing out, but Mickey going in. Immediately the Yule Scepter out from 33. He'll deal with the melee, and they jumped onto 9.
That's his last life?
That is his last life. And he goes out with an 1800 crit from Mickey. GG is called. Liquid.
Even in these games, like, they showed a lot of fight, right? They were down. First game was 43-8. They were still looking for these little cheeky pickoffs, and